सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। वासुदेवेन्द्रयोगीन्द्रं नत्वा ज्ञानप्रदं गुरुं मुमुक्षूणां हितार्थाय तत्त्वबोधोऽभिधीयते।
ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। यस्यान्तानादिमध्यं नहि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णानुभवति पुरुषो नानुपुंसं न च स्त्रीनाकारं नाविकारं न हि जननि मरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि। I offer my namaskaras to Sanatana Dharma, Shankaracharya and all my gurus. And I welcome you all for this today's Tattva Bodha sūkṣma śarīra prakarana. So we are into sūkṣma śarīra. We will go into that. So for all of you, Mahashivaratri Shubhashi wishes. Wish you all a happy Mahashivaratri. So today we are continuing. Sūkṣma śarīra is a little bit big topic because we have to understand 19 instruments of the sūkṣma śarīra through which only we can interact with the world. So our physical body cannot interact with the world unless the sūkṣma śarīra is not there. The difference between the dead body and the active body is, in the dead body, the physical body is there, but the sūkṣma śarīra is not there. Sūkṣma śarīra, the backing up sūkṣma śarīra is not there. And sūkṣma śarīra is not there because of that it cannot interact with the world. So it cannot have any interaction with the world. So that is, we call it as death. It is not only sūkṣma śarīra is left, it is also kāraṇa śarīra also left. The kāraṇa śarīra is going to come next, the causal body. This is the subtle body. Sthūla śarīra is the gross body, gross, subtle and causal body. So the causal body, anyway, after sūkṣma śarīra, we are going to understand. The difference in the dead body is the gross body is there, but the subtle body and the causal body is not there. It is left the body, left the gross body. That's why it cannot interact. So this we have seen in the Tattva Bodha, first starting with what is ātmā. The question was ātmā satyaṁ tadanyat sarvam mithyēti. So after that, what is ātmā? For that, he says we have all misconception is there. Maybe gross body is the ātmā, or the subtle body. Only after coming into Tattva Bodha, you know, there is a subtle body behind that is there. Then only the gross body can function. Now only you are knowing. Anyway, the subtle body is, whether that is ātmā or the kāraṇa śarīra, the causal body is an ātmā. So like that, many things are there. Pañcakōśās are very ātmās are there. Pañcaprāṇās are any ātmā is there. Antahkarana chatushtaya, any ātmā. These are all the ātmās. No. These are all nothing ātmās. He is going to tell further. So before going into ātmā topic, before going into the consciousness, the chaitanya tattva. So chaitanya is consciousness. The consciousness is making us alive. So even the sūkṣma śarīra cannot work on itself unless the consciousness is not there. So anyway, consciousness is the last topic. It is going to come at that point of time. We will discuss on that. The chaitanya tattva, consciousness, we are going to understand. Ātmā, Paramatma, Jivatma, Paramatma, all those things are different terminologies for the same word. So here we came into the sūkṣma śarīra. So we'll chant the Mangalacharana shloka. Vasudevendra yogindram natva jnanapradam gurum mumukshūnam hitārthāya tattva bodho vidīyate. So sūkṣma śarīram kim. So the sūkṣma śarīra we have seen in the last class is apanchīkrita pancamahabhūtaikratam satkarmajanyam sukadukādi bhoga sadhanam pañcajñānīndriyāni pañcakarmīndriyāni pañcaprāṇādayaha manaschaikam buddhischayika evam saptadasha kalabhihi saha yastiṣṭati tat sūkṣma śarīram. So these are all the things put together. It is called the 19 components put together. It is called as sūkṣma śarīram. So in the sūkṣma śarīram, we have seen about the organs of jnana, jnanendriya. So whatever we are getting interaction with the world. So how do we perceive? Organs of perception, the jnanendriyani. There are 5 in numbers. So that we have seen. Those 5 numbers are Śrotvam, Tak, Tvak, Chakshu, Rasana, Granam, iti pañcajñānīndriyāni. That is ear, skin, eyes, and tongue and the nose. These are all called pañcajñānīndriyāni. So for that each there is a devata is there. Shrotasya digdevata tvacho vayuhu chakshushat suryaha rasanaya varunaha granasya ashvinau iti jnanindriya devataha shrotrasya vishaya shabdagrahanam tvacho vishaya sparshagrahanam chakshusho vishaya rupagrahanam rasanaya vishaya rasagrahanam granasya vishaya gandagrahanam. Each pañcajñānendriya, there are 5 organs. So these 5 organs of knowledge, so which is interacting and perception, whatever you call perception, knowledge, or this one. So the 5 organs of knowledge has got individual devata. So he is looking after that perception, that one. For example, there is Chakshushat Suryaha. If we say the Surya Bhagavan is the God for the eyes, if I say, if the Vedanta says that it is not only for my eye, it is the whole universe, including an ant eye, to the elephant eye, to my eyes and all the 800 crore people, including the fish eye inside the water. So wherever the eye function is there, the seeing function is there, for the whole thing, there is one Bhagavan in all, for all the thing. It is called Surya Bhagavan is the Chakshusha, this one. So also we have seen that this is just like a prime minister and other minister portfolio. Prime minister is only having all the powers. So it is under him only the home ministry is there, finance ministry is there, defense ministry is there, external affairs is there, industry ministry, every education, and so health, so many ministries are there. But even if you appoint a finance minister or any home minister or anything, it is prime minister only is doing the home minister job also, but because he cannot have, he has got only 24 hours. So he has appointed on behalf of him, even as last person, maybe a housekeeping person in a income tax department, he is also doing the prime minister job, because prime minister only has to do the finance job. The finance minister's job is that. So, but even the last person in the this one also, he is representing prime minister. So he is doing on behalf of prime minister. So the job is done by the prime minister. So though there are so many people in between is there, it is a direct control like that. So here also we call it as a Brahman. It is not Brahma and Brahman, two words are there. In Vedanta, most of the time we use Brahman. Brahma is called Chaturmukha Brahma. There are whoever we are seeing the four-headed person, that is Brahma. He is also one type of Devata. Whereas Brahman is the consciousness. Brahman is the God. Brahman is there. So Brahman is just like a prime minister, if you say. All the other Devatas are the ministers of this one. But prime minister only is doing the job. It is somebody else may be doing the job, but still the organization is run by prime minister only. Like that, Brahman only is running the whole universe. Brahman is the universal consciousness. Brahman is Paramatma. Brahman is God. So Brahman only is there in all over. All the work is done in the world is only by Brahman. But in order to identify the portfolio, they have been made a lot of portfolios like that. Even in the pañcakāṁ also, it is just like that. So we are having 5 jnanendriyas. There is a ear. The hearing God is Digdevata, hearing of the whole universe. It is not one my hearing only. It's for all the hearing department of the whole universe, including ant to elephant, fish, single-celled amoeba, if it is listening, or anything also, anything is listening, hearing, the feeling or the sensation of that. So that information collector, knowledge collector, so Panchak Jnanendriyani. So the hearing Devata is Dik Devata. So the skin Devata is Vayuhu. So eyes Devata is Suryaha. And the tongue Devata is Varunaha. And the smelling Devata is Ashvinau Devata. Is there? This is Jnanendriya Devata is there. And each Panchak Jnanendriya has got a field of operation. It cannot do others' operation. For example, finance minister, if the prime minister said it is a finance minister department, he cannot go and do the irrigation department work. So his field of operation only is only finance ministry. So he cannot cross work. So the similar like that, eyes cannot say, I am getting bored to see. From tomorrow, I am going to listen from my eyes. It is not possible because it is having a field of operation also is defined. So each field of operations, Shrotrasya Vishaya Shabda Grahanam. The ears are hearing the sound. Tvacho Vishaya Sparsha Grahanam. The skin is the touch, feelings and all is there. That is this one is there. Chakshusho Vishayaha, eyes is Rupa Grahanam. So eyes are seeing only the names and forms. The forms and colors only eyes can see. Eyes cannot see anything else. Eyes cannot say this is computer, or this is motorbike, this is car, it cannot say. It can only have the shape, it can recognize the shape, and it also recognize the color. Only two things can do the eyes. But who is telling it is car? Mind. The memory, it has been defined inside and it has been already educated to see, and like that it will come. Eyes cannot say it is car. The car is sold by the mind. So anyway, mind we are going to come to slowly. So rasanaya vishaya rasagrahanam. So our tongue has got two functions, one as jnanendriya, one as karmendriya. Next karmendriya we are talking. So this jnanendriya, it has got 6 taste buds are there. The tasting function is done by tongue. Granasya vishaya, the smelling function is done by nose. There are more than 10,000 smells it can hear, our human, this one. But still, dog and all 1 lakh different smells it can smell and all those things. But we have lost all our smelling capacity and all by artificial so much function, the chemicals and all. So our sensitivity must have come down. So with this, the Pancha Jnanendriya subject, last class we have seen, it is over. Today we are taking Pancha Karmendriya. So what is Pancha Karmendriyas? What is this one? We'll go through that. Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upasthani, Ti, Pancha Karmendriyani. It is telling about the 5 Pancha. Here also Pancha is there. Pancha Karmendriyani is there. So Vak, Pani, Pada, Payu, Upasthani, Ti, Pancha Karmendriyani. There are 5 organs of action is there. So in that, walk is the tongue, is the talking ability is there. Tongue has got the sense of tasting ability is also there. So that is called jnanendriya. It is the knowledge organ. So when the tongue is talking, it is doing a job. So that means job means it is an action. The action is called karmendriya. Karma is an action. All the organs which does karma, it is called karmendriya. All the organs which brings information from outside, the knowledge brings the information from outside world, interacting with the outside world, it brings information into us. That is called jnanendriya, organs of knowledge. It is called, that is also 5. This is also 5 is there. Walk is the tongue, pani is the hands. We have 2 hands are there, that is 2 hands. Pada is we are having 2 legs, limbs are there. Payu is the digestive system. Upasthaniti, the payu is the excretory system. And upasthani means it is a reproductive system. Iti panchakarmendriyani. These are all the 5 put together. It is called as panchakarmendriyani. The tongue, the hands, the legs, and this excretory system, and also the reproductive system. These are all doing the work for the body. So it is taking the order from the mind and doing all the work. So that is why it is called organs of action. This is also 5 Pancha Karmendriyani. So here it says Vacho Devata Vanhihi, Hastor Indriyaha, Padayor Vishnuhu, Payor Mrityuhu, Upastasya Prajapatihi. Similarly, in the Jnanendriya, each one Devata is there. Here also 1 Devatas are there. So, like that, it is also has got, it cannot do some other job. So, Karmendriya also has got the field of operation. So, the field of operations are called as Vacho Vishayaha Bhashanam, Panyo Vishayaha Vastugrahanam, Padayor Vishayaha Gamanam, Payor Vishayaha Malatyagaha, Upastasya Vishayaha Ananda iti. And they have done that Karmendriya. So we will understand the shloka and further we will get into that. The shloka, walk is the organ of speech. So the walk is organ of speech is the tongue. So it is not the tongue what we are seeing the physically. See, every time I am telling, reminding once again, all the physical organs are the part of the gross body. For example, my tongue is there. So my tongue is there. Even a dumb man has got a tongue. He cannot speak, no. The tongue is there for him, but he cannot speak. The power behind the tongue is not there. So the power behind the tongue is called karmendriyani. A paralytic person has got legs, but he cannot walk. Paralytic hands are there, he cannot lift. So it is not the physical organ. Behind all the physical action organs, physical jnanendriya also, there is the power, that is the sūkṣma śarīra, that is there. That is there only, it will work. Because as I said, in a dumb person, it is there, tongue is there. He is also eating, he is also drinking, he is tasting and everything he is doing. But the faculty of talking is not there. That is only, that faculty is not there. So that means the physical tongue is not talking. Behind that there is another sūkṣma śarīra is working. Like that, all the 19 sūkṣma śarīra is working behind the physical organs backside, which we are not able to see. It is invisible, so subtle. That's why it is called subtle body. So walk is the organ of speech. It is the person invisible faculty. The tongue is will express. So the tongue is the organ of speech. Pani is the two hands. So with the two hands only, we can lift and we can move the things from one place to another, to pick up and eat and drink and all the things we are doing through hands only. The hands is not the physical hands. Behind that, there is a subtle body is there. That's what I am telling you. When a paralytic happens for the hand physical hand is visible, but he cannot even move the finger like that, or the hand lift or something like that. Behind that, there is a sūkṣma śarīra is there, which doctors cannot cure that. Doctor can only make a bone is broken, they can put a bolt, and it is just like a physical repair they can do. And even making an operation, they will say, I have done all my operations, we have done our best. Now only God only can heal. Every doctor says that only, because they cannot even heal also. The healing means it is a joining of the muscles, remaking everything and all the things, and also the sūkṣma subtle body power, again coming back to that, everything is not done by the doctor. They cannot even see the subtle body. So, but subtle body is working. But Vedanta has undergone every of the detailed analysis of this. And they say subtle body, without that your physical body is nothing is there. So the hand is like that. So if hand means it is handling. That's why maybe the handling is done by hands. That's why handler, maybe the power word also must have been come into picture. Padaha is the foot, leg. It is called padav, it is called feet. So it is organ of movement. We have been a mobility organ. We are moving from one place to another place and all. It is a locomotion power of the movement is there. Payuhu is the internal organ which removes the waste from the body. For example, our body is a factory. From the we are eating, and from the eating, it is all digestion will happen. All the important nutrients are taken. It is converted into tissues and it is converted into cells again. So it is building the body. So after making all the things, any factory, there is an input material is there. There is an output product is there. During that period, there is some waste products also generated. There is scrap, waste, everything is generated. Unless you remove the waste and scrap from the factory, you cannot make a production of the new this one, because there is no place for the waste. It has to be cleaned. Otherwise, the good products also will become bad product. So even in our body, if waste is not eliminated, we get into the fever, the indigestion happens. So because of that, we may get typhoid and all those things. So the organ of excretion, that is called pāyuhu, it has to discharge the waste. Like in any factory, daily the fresh raw material also is coming, and all the waste is also getting taken away from the factory. Similarly, our body is also a factory, big factory. It is taking the fresh input, also it is removing the old unwanted output. So that is called pāyuhu. So it is removing of all the material, both in solid, liquid and gaseous form also. All the waste will be eliminated from the factory. That all the functions is done by the upastha, that is called the digestive system we call, but it is not only limited to digestive system. There are a lot of other things out there. So upastha, it is pāyuhu, it is upastha is the fifth organ. Fifth organ, it is a reproduction of the species. For anything, there is a reproduction thing is there. For even a tree, it has to produce a seed. In order to die, before dying, it has to produce seed. And then the seed will be again grown somewhere and other things. Even we are also converting ourselves into the seed form. So that seed form happens through this upastha. Upastha, we are not talking about the physical sex organ. Behind that, there is the physical sex organ. Physical organs are called as golakam. So whereas behind that invisible faculty is there, that is called as indriyam. Indriyam is different. Golakam is different. Golakam is the physical body, physical things, physical eye, physical ear, physical tongue and all. The golakam, that is called golakam. Indriyam is the subtle power behind that. So it is all 5 organs of action. So upastha is the reproductive one, this one. Vacho vishayaha vannihi. So these are all the 5 organ of action we have discussed. Now vacho vishayaha vannihi. Vannihi, nothing but Agni. It is the name of Agni. Agni Devata is the power behind the tongue. So the tongue communication happens because of the Agni Devata. It is not only my tongue. Whenever I say Devata, it is for the whole speaking power of the whole universe. Whatever is there, even a bird may be communicating through speaking, or an ant may be communicating. The speaking organ is there for that also. All the organs behind that is only one Devata. It is Agni. For me and all the 800 crore population, for everybody, the behind the God is called Agni Devata. Agni is the power behind the talking. So in Vedanta further also they say Agni itself is not one God. There are 3 gods are there in the tongue. So it is not said in this book, but in the different books if we say Saraswati is also there called Vag Devi. It is there. And apart from that, we have Brihaspati is there. Brihaspati is an intelligent God, the God of knowledge. So all these 3 people put together is available behind the tongue. Agni, Saraswati and Brihaspati. They are all just like ministers of doing the one ministry. There are 3 state ministers, all like that is there. No, like that put together it is there. Then Hastayoha Indraha. The hands. The god for hands is Indra Devata. Indra is for power of handling. So the power of handling, all the things are there. So in the middle age, the power of the hands is going to come down. In the old age, it's going to further deteriorate. It is difficult even to lift a small thing also at the old age. It is not only lifting the weight alone. even the gripping of even if you want to handle a needle, in a young age, immediately you can hold the needle very quickly. A small thing, even pick up the needle, pick up a small bead also easily. When you become old, you cannot even pick up. Even the spoon also you cannot pick up. So that is how the God is behind the God is slowly leaving you. The sūkṣma devata is leaving. So the next one is the pādayo Vishnu. Whatever the feet is there now, for the feet, the God is Vishnu. Vishnu is Narayana, or whatever we call Trivikrama. So that's how in the 3 legs he has measured the whole universe. He can walk in 3 legs only the whole universe. Vishnu is considered as the deity or the God behind this legs. Next is Payor Mrutyuhu is there. The digestive system or the waste disposing system is there. The waste disposing system is Mrutyu Devata is Yamadharmaraya. Yamadharmaraya is removing the waste. The waste, what we can see is only at the end of the body, like urine and stools and all. It is not only that waste, even in the skin, the sweat is happening, that is also going. Dead skin is coming out from the body, that is also waste only, it is going out. And whenever we have tears is coming, the toxic material inside the body is going out. Whenever we have cough and cold is there, all the sputum and all the things is going out. All the waste disposal systems are there in the body. Even in the ear also, the wax is coming out in the form of waste. All the waste removing thing is put together is called Payor Mrutyuhu. That means waste removing organ. It is called Karmendriya. So that organ is called, the Devata behind that is Yamadharmaraya. And ultimately Yamadharmaraya has to dispose the dead body also. Otherwise, if all the people are living as it is, nobody can dispose, then either it may be stinking, or even if it is not stinking, if it is said, there is no place for living. For already 800 crore people are there. Maybe so many years, so many people have been coming and going, death is there. So unless the Yamadharmaraya clears the dead body, there is no place for the human being to come again, or the animals to come again, or new animals to come, new animals to this. So he is doing an important activity of clearing the body itself also. So that is Yama represents that he is the destruction. Destruction means normally we feel only one side of the story. The destruction, we think the word itself is bad. It is not. It is not bad. It is in order to create a new thing, you have to destructively, you have to do. For example, you have a land, you have built a house, your grandfather, father, or somebody. Now the new materials, new way of living, new style of this one, you have to destroy the old house. If you feel my grandfather, my father has made a lot of difficulty and all, I cannot destroy. So then it is not possible to build a new thing. So destruction precedes the construction. So that is why in this one, there is a Srushti, Sthiti, Laya, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. They are all one God only. Whenever they are doing the creative work, it is called Brahma. Whenever he is doing a maintenance job, he is called as Vishnu. Whenever he is doing the destruction job, he is called Shiva. So all the 3 together only the world can exist, universe. Only Brahma only is there, nobody else is there. The world cannot exist. Or only I am maintaining only, there is no creation, there is no destruction also. All old people, old things only can be maintained. It is difficult. With that, nothing is what the world is moving, not moving. So even destruction, Shiva has to destroy. Unless destruction happens, new people cannot live. New people cannot this one. So Shiva, the Yama is report to again Shiva only, but ultimately all are reporting to Prime Minister only. So Yama Dharmaraya is in the for the excretory system is there. The fifth and the last one is called Upastha is there. Upastha is the reproductive organ. Upastha is the god is behind this Prajapati. Prajapati is Brahma. So he is the creator. So Prajapati is the creator, he is the generator. So God, whatever we call God, God is one is generator, one is operator, Vishnu is operator, D is the destroyer, God. So God, God means somebody has to generate continuously, somebody has to maintain it. Maintenance job is very operation management, has to be their operation. Then destruction also is there. It is not only in our physical world, even mentally, I have to destroy my old ideas and bring in the new idea to make my life more comfortable. I am holding on to my old ideas only. I am not changing person. I may be suffering because of the holding on to the old idea. I have to destroy then and there only. House we are cleaning. Daily we are cleaning, dusting, mopping, everything we are doing. Whereas in the mind, we are keeping the all old ideas right from the birth only. We are only hanging on to those ideas only. We don't want to change. So then the burden of the life is because we are not clearing. So this is also a type of waste that has to be cleared. No, that has to be cleared. Then only the life will become better. So we have to think clutter, inside clutter, outside clutter, around us in the house, as simple as we have to live. So we are simple means unnecessarily you are maybe having in your house thousands of articles in the name of fashion, in the name of everything is you are doing. It is all accumulating dust. If the dust is accumulated in the external article in your house, it is affecting your functions of the subtle body. So a fused bulb, if you are not replaced, you remove and throw it. You have to either put a new, otherwise you make it empty only. Or your showcase item, all your unwanted items, if it is there, it is drawing energy from you. You are getting tired because of having lot of items. So as simple as that, in our olden days also, Sankranti and Deepavali, the house is getting cleaned. Every old articles will be, if still usable article, it will be given to the lesser fortunate people. Otherwise, all the broken, unwanted, unused, all the things will be disposed. So, and buying also is not simply mindlessly buying is not correct. It is only a sensual pleasure we are feeling, but the sensual pleasure is making us immobilized. If your external clutter too much is there, so your mind is not able to act. If in your computer lot of files are there, they are not deleted, your computer becomes slow, and you also cannot retrieve properly whatever the file is required. In the house also, all the even including your dress, including your personal articles, you have to dispose the waste disposal activity, destruction, everything has to happen. Otherwise, you may be thinking, what is that? It is externally sitting, it will not affect me. It is affecting you. It is affecting your subtle body. So it is not going to allow you to function. So whenever you do the cleaning, you get a lot of energy next day. Why? All the energy was absorbed in there, and this energy, when you clean your house, you get more energy. In your personal cupboard, if you clean, personal table, if you clear, more organized, unwanted everything if you are thrown. So these are all behind that, this energy, behind that, we may call in the Vedanta language the God and all those things. But this has to be done from time to time. Brahma is the reproduction, that is the any species to further continue, it has to recreate and procreate. Recreating means by itself has to create, it is not possible. Anything needs two things. So only single, it is not possible. That is called Prakriti Purusha, Brahman and Maya. Though so many things are there that will be coming in the next classes and all. Brahman, Maya, Prakriti Purusha, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, all those things are there. These two things are required. Even a seed, if you put it in the bottle simply and it will not germinate, it needs earth. So Prakriti and Purusha is the seed and the Prakriti is the land. Both put together, it can germinate. Even a male and female put together, a procreation can happen. So that is how the procreation can happen even in all the plants, animal kingdom. So the God behind this procreation in each of us, male and female, is Brahman. So he is creating that capacity, potential capacity of the procreation. So creation needs a lot of knowledge. Anything, if you want to create in the world, you should be creating. For that only, the Brahma has got 4 heads. So the 4 heads represents 4 Vedas. The knowledge available in 4 Vedas is digested, and then he starts creating the world. So this is called the 5 Karmendriya Devata. Then each Karmendriya is organ of action, has got a field of operation. Vacho Vishayaha Bhashanam. It is says Vacho Vishayaha Bhashanam means the tongue, organ of speech. Its field of operation is only organ of speech. Payo Vishayaha Vastugrahanam. So the hands, the field of operation of holding the objects, moving the objects, picking and placing the objects. So it is Grahanam is handling. Panyo Vishayaha Vastu Grahanam. Padayo Vishayaha Gamanam. The function of feet is movement, mobility. It is there. Payo Vishayaha Malatyagaha. So Malatyagaha is the waste elimination from the body. It is not only this one, all forms of waste has to be removed. That is the function, field of operation. Upasthasya Vishayaha Anandaha. So Anandaha, we call it as here sex organs interaction will give you pleasure. We may understand it is not that. It is having a longer meaning in the Vedanta. The children are the source of happiness when they're born, and you are going to make them to settle on their own legs till such time you have been engaged. If you don't have a child, you don't have such ananda is not there. Because what to do, you don't know. You may be earning money, keeping money, going hotel and all. Sensual pleasures is not equivalent to the mental pleasure of this one. That is why it is called ananda. Children's are the ananda. Here other things are called pleasures, physical pleasures, sensual pleasures. This ananda is required. Ananda is the field of upasthasya. So that is the ananda. It is represented by that. So upastha, it is telling. So with that, karmendriya, we have seen that. So we have seen pancha jnanendriyani, pancha karmendriyani, we have seen. Now pancha pranadayaha, it is there. But in this book, Tattva Bodha, Shankaracharya has not mentioned that prana, pancha pranaha. And also he has not mentioned about manaschaikam, buddhischaika, all those things. Anyway, from different Vedanta Upanishad texts, I will be bringing and talking about that. So in this Tattva Bodha text only he has mentioned and then moved on to the next topic. So he has only worked up to Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya only. He has mentioned here in the what is sūkṣma śarīra, he has mentioned the names of Pancha Pranadaya, Manaschaikam, Buddhischaika, but he has not. So after this upasthasya vishaya karmendriyani, then immediately he goes to kāraṇa śarīram kim. What is the causal body? So there is 2 important information we have to know. Is pancha pranadaya he has mentioned. Let us understand what is pancha pranadaya. Pancha is in English in Sanskrit it is called five. Five physiological systems are working in us. So the five physiological system works with this pancha prana. Prana, for example, if we say our lungs has got five chambers are there. Our right lungs has got two chambers, left lung has got three chambers. So from that each chamber, whenever we breathe, we no doubt we are putting into the lungs, but from there it is distributed, the energies are distributed to different systems of the physiological systems. So the pancha prana is very important. Pancha prana are called as prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana. These are all the five pranas are there. So this is called pancha pranas are there. This pancha prana is five-fold pranic system. Pranic system is the even just like if you put petrol in the car is the centrally you put the petrol, but it becomes a mechanical energy. It moves the piston and all. It moves the belt in the this one, and then the battery is generator is getting charged. The battery, this one is there, and the horn if you put it will make a sound also. The single petrol is converted into different energy in the car. In the wiper, the blade is working like that. But from where it is, wiper is working because of petrol only. Everything is working because of petrol. So like that, we have a mukhya prana, the breathing technology is there. But breathing technology is subdivided into five pranic functions. It is called pancha pranas. This pancha prana is controlling each one physiological functions. So we will go through the Shastra, what it says. Shastra is nothing, it is a very fine science. Our modern science will stop at some point of time. From there onwards, the Vedantic science will begin. Only they are chasing the Vedantic science. The modern science has not ultimately reached its maximum peak, not. It is only, again, it is observing the birds, observing the nature, they are building the science. But in Vedanta, they have done a lot of research, rishis have done tapas. From that tapas, we have understood without dissecting the body, what all happening in the body, what is the blood vessel, what all the things, everything they have mentioned in that, analyzed. Today, they cannot analyze so much, they have done that. We will go through that Shastric approach. So we have pancha pranas are there, prana, apana, vyana, samana, udana. So there are five prana is there. Prana is called mainly the respiratory system. The external air is there, no? It is taken as a prana vayu. So in the prana vayu, we are seeing only the air. It's a mixture of nitrogen, oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen. But only so much is not there in that nitrous oxide. So many other oxides also there. Nitrous oxide also required. Carbon dioxide also is required. We are thinking only we are breathing air, oxygen only. Carbon dioxide is also required in order to make our blood vessels stiff. Otherwise, it will not. So like that, the flexibility of the oxygen may be required. So like that, nitrous oxide is required in order to elongate the blood vessel. So elongate the blood vessel, otherwise the blood vessel BP will come because the nitrous oxide function is not working. So like that, so many things are there. Every oxide is required, everything is required. The prana is the respiratory system. The respiratory system is mainly breathing is happening. So we think only breathing the air. We are breathing so many other compositions of the air and oxides and all. Apart from that, there is a universal energy is there. So in the Nadi Shastra is there. There are 72,000 nadis are there. They are energy circulating system. So energy circulating system is below in the around the navel 72,000 nadis are there around the navel cord. That is how when 9 months in the mother womb is there, they don't have any other attachments, including the food, waste disposal and everything, including growing, nutrition, putting and energy and all the vayu, everything is happening to the child through the navel cord. So the navel cord has so much sensitivity is there, so much of energy point is there, activity is there. 72,000 nadis are terminated there. So these nadis has to function means this pranas has to work. So the prana is the activity center. So pancha prana is there. The pancha prana first is the prana. The prana is the respiratory system. So it is not only air we are breathing, there is a cosmic energy in the air is there. When we breathe, we also inhale the cosmic energy. It goes and distributes in the pranic system. It is not only oxygen, not only air, the pranic system. So it is directly getting inhaled and it is absorbed in our, this one is there. So the second function is called as apana. Apana is the excretory system has to work. For example, in a pipe of 40 feet is there intestine. It is horizontal, it is there, it is all twisted and everything. Food has to move. How the moving happens? Somebody is making anything. So this one is there. Somebody is pushing that. No, who is pushing? This apana is pushing. So that's why you have the difficulty of motion. Abdomen motion is not there. Abdomen movement is not there. So that's why you are not able to go for motion 2-3 days and all, because your prana has become, apana has become weak. When apana has become weak, your digestive is a excretory system will not work. So apana is directly controlling the excretory system. In the 40 feet intestine, another about 2 feet of colon, and also going through the rectum, and all the things including urine and stools has to go out means automatically it cannot go. So it is going through all these things. So this is required, some push is required. That push is coming from that. Vyanaha is a blood circulation system maintenance. Though we are breathing at nose, this nose breathing from the lungs, and it is getting distributed into 5 energies like the pranas. So Vyanaha is another type of energy which is mainly responsible for the blood circulation system. We have more than 6,000 kilometers of blood vessels in our body, and only 6 to 7 liters of blood is there. This 6 to 7 liters of blood continuously has to go through this 6,000 to 7,000 kilometers, not meters, 6,000 kilometers of the blood vessels are there. So much distance the blood is traveling. Who is making it traveling? If the heart has to function, heart is in every aspect, the physical organ is good, but a heart failure happened. How means the vana is not working. Vana has left. When vana left, the circulation system cannot happen. It is pumping and bringing back the old blood to the heart. Both the work it is doing. So this is Vyanaha. The blood circulation system is not only blood is not getting circulated. This blood is supplying energy to each and every part of the cell. It is supplying the nutrients to the cell. It is supplying the oxygen to the cell. The blood is doing so much of work is doing. Blood is supplying the water portion to that cell. Everything is through. It is blood. Blood is making the human body to make a living. So this is only a distribution system. Blood circulation system is a distribution system. This distribution system is done by Vyanaha. It is called circulatory system in the biologically, we can call it as. The fourth system is called as samanaha. Samanaha is a digestive system. The digestive system, all the input what you are taking right from the mouth, so your tongue has to make it mixing, your teeth has to grind it, and then some swallowing has to happen. Your tongue has to saliva, it has to produce, and you have to swallow the food. It has to go to the food pipe and go to the stomach. From there, stomach to it will go to duodenum. From there, it will go to intestine. Intestine, it will absorb all the material. That's why 40 feet it is given. In the 40 feet, slowly it goes, and all the nutrients are absorbed, and all the other than the nutrients, all the waste particles are discharged through urine and stools and all the other things. So this absorption is happening by samanaha. This total digestive system right from the mouth to the intestine end. So up to that, this samanaha is functioning. Then only the food can be swallowed. Otherwise, you can see some patients cannot swallow. They put the tube and then they put inside the stomach, and then directly they put the food inside. And even now they are putting, it is also not possible. So they put a hole directly to the stomach and put the pipe from there, because the samanaha is not able to work. So it is not working means it is not possible. So it is called, the fourth function is called samanaha. And the final function is called udanaha. Udanaha is a emergency gates. For example, food poison happens to you. It has to go through vomiting. So how vomiting comes? Normally, can you vomit? Not possible. So the udanaha is an emergency exits. It's just like a fire brigade. It activates the moment it sees there is a difficulty in the body. The poisons are accumulated, or some difficulty or some emergency is there in the body. It will do. The udanaha, for example, a wound is happened. The wound pus formation will happen, and also the blood plus formation. Around that, there is a healing mechanism is also happening. So there is immediately the blood healing has to happen. Everything is done by the udana. And also, for example, the cough and cold is there. It has to come out from the lungs. So how it comes? It comes through the udana when it is function only. Otherwise, what happens? Lungs, this udana is not working. The sputum will get collected. The water also will get collected in the lungs. And you go to hospital and get it cleaned. So that they will externally put the pipe and remove the lungs water and all those things. Or they will drill a hole from the armpit. There, from their lungs water they will be removing, or the sputum will be removing, or nebulization they are doing, and artificially it will be coming out. So everything is happening because this udana temporarily not working probably. And even vomiting. Not only that, you get this one tears will come. There are happy tears and there is a distress tears are there. The distress tears are body, lot of toxins are accumulated. It has to be pushed out. If the toxins are not pushed out, your body will get sickness. So the toxins has to be pushed out. It is pushing out. The tears will come. When you are unhappy also, the tears will come. When you are happy also, when you are happy, there are a lot of hormones will get generated through the tears. When the tears are functioning, the oxytocin and melatonin, so many other hormones are working. So all those hormones makes us our body light. And also if the toxics are there in the body becomes heavy. I cannot even get up. It is not the weight of the body. Even a 100 kg person easily gets up and moves around and all. Even a slim person of 40 kg, he are not able to get up. So the getting up and moving around and all, this prana, all the pancha pranas has to work. So here, this is udanaha, is the emergency exit. All the from the skin also. If you are becoming angry, or if you are becoming depressed, or if you are becoming dejected, your smell of the perspiration varies. Each of your emotions, the smell of the perspiration is varies. Lot of toxic chemicals in the body is accumulated. That's why you are getting the dejected mood. So the mood elevator is to, the perspiration has to go. Otherwise, you have to do a lot of exercise and throw away the sweat. So many things are happening through Udana. So, for example, Udana, daily, every now and then you don't get tears, no? Anything falls in the eye, immediately emergency exit, all the tears will come, that all the particle of the dust particle, till it comes, it will irrigate the water, and the tearing water will come out. So how the system is built, who has studied all these things? Vedanta has studied all the things. This Udana is responsible for this. Udana is doing all these functions. So not only unhealthy emotions are there, healthy emotions are there, all that different types of tears will come. When you are happy, if the tear is coming, if you put it in a glass of water and put an ant or a mosquito or anything, it will not die in the happy tears. If you have the sorrow tears are there, very toxic, very powerful poison that is. So you take a drop of tear and put it in the water and then put a housefly or anything, it will die immediately, because so much powerful toxic chemicals are going out of the body. So at the time of death also Udana works. Udana has to empty. Normally the death person will not eat at all. From last 3-4 days in that this one he will not eat. If at all a healthy person dies, he will be discharging the stools after the death, and he will be discharging the urine during the death. So then whatever is inside, everything has to be evacuation. Evacuation is done by the Udana. So even the air, whatever you have taken, you are not brought anything and you are not going with anything from this world. So everything has to be left here only. Even the air what you have taken has to be given back to the atmosphere. You cannot hold the air and you cannot die. The air has to go out, then only you will die. And all the stools, all the things, every digestive system, everything has to be cleared only, then only the death, after death, everything happens. Even after death also everything happens, this discharging of this. So all the things happens in the sūkṣma śarīra. These pancha pranas are controlling the 5 physiological systems. Prana, apana, udana, vyana, samana. These are all called pancha pranas are there. So I will briefly talk about antah-karana chatushtayam. So he has not mentioned in this book. Pancha prana also he has not mentioned. Some other class whenever is there, at that time we can talk detailedly about pancha prana. Still more informations will be there. So we can talk in a different class. So here antah-karana chatushtaya also I will briefly touch. So antah-karana chatushtaya. Antah-karana chatushtaya. There are 3 words are there. Antah means internal. Karana is instrument. Chatushtaya means 4 varieties of instruments are there. So we have all the things what we have seen is 5 jnanendriya and 5 karmendriya. These are all called bhākya karana, external organs, external instruments. It is visible outside, it is external instruments, bhākya karana. So this is called antah-karana. So antah-karana 4 in numbers, which is not visible to others. It is only visible to me. Most of the time, all the time, I may not be able to make it to visible. In this book, only 2 items they are mentioned, manaschaikam, buddhishchaika. But there are 4 is there. Manas, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. Mano, buddhi, chitta, ahankara. There are the 4 items are there. These are all called put together antah-karana chatushtaya. It is the processing of the information. All the karmendriya, all the jnanendriya, all the panchapranas, everybody is working in coordination with this antahkarana chatushtaya. Antahkarana chatushtaya will bring the whatever the sensory organs like eyes, whatever the information brings, it analyzes, it gives a name and it stores in the memory and it receives whenever it is back. And this is one work it is doing, antahkarana chatushtaya, bringing all the information, processing, giving the name, filing, storing, and all happening. Apart from that, it also gives the instruction to all the organs also. This says, okay, I want to see, don't see that side, you see this side. Who is telling? I does not know. I can see, I can only open and see like a camera. Camera cannot shoot the picture where it has to be shot. So you have to focus to the point. So eye has to be focused to the point, means who is giving the direction to the eye? The antahkarana chatushtaya. It says, don't look at that, don't see here. All the control is done by that, collecting the information, giving the instruction to the hand, all the things, it is done by this antahkarana chatushtaya. So we have 4 in numbers. Manah is there. What is the function of the manas? Manas is always a doubting faculty. It always doubts. Samshayatmakaha manaha. It is said as in the Vedanta, Samshayatmakaha manaha. It is only doubts, because everything at one go it will not accept. This or that, this or that. Doubting faculty is there. No, it is just like that. So this doubting is require very deliberately made. So it is called as sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha. It is called as sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha. So the meaning is sankalpa vikalpa. Sometime I will say yes, sometime I will say no. So I cannot decide. I will be always hanging. So whenever I am making use of the mind cannot decide. So at that point of time, I am always under stress. Too much stress is there for me, because mind is not able to decide. Mind cannot decide also. Mind is sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha, samshayatmakam manaha. It is also doubting faculties also. It is also this or that sankalpa vikalpa. It is just like a pendulum. Pendulum, when it is moving towards one side, say for example right, it is called sankalpa. When the pendulum is moving towards this side, it is called vikalpa. Now I will say from tomorrow morning I will get up, go to the gym at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock all. So this is the sankalpa you have done. Immediately the vikalpa will say, when at 6 o'clock you sleep, no problem. So you are not going to go to gym. So the sankalpa vikalpa, the oscillating mind. It is called oscillation and vacillation. There are 2 things are there. One is oscillation, another one is called vacillation. The oscillation is vikalpa, vacillation, vikalpa and sankalpa. Sankalpa, vikalpa, oscillation and vacillation is called there. It is all doubting faculty. It needs the mind, buddhi, the intellect is another faculty. Our mind works in the 4 layers. It cannot work only in a single layer. It has got different layers. In our house, we have different work will be done in a different area. In the kitchen, we food preparation. In the study room, we create studying on these things. In a living room, we enjoy recreation and all. In the puja room, we make puja. In the bathroom, we make our cleaning activity and all. Similarly, mind makes all the activity of the knowledge is different rooms it is done. So there are 4 layers there. One is called manah layer, another is called buddhi layer, another one is called chitta layer, another one is called ahankara layer is there. So now I talked about manaha. It gets the information from all the outside world through jnanendriya and karmendriya. So all the things it is processed and it cannot decide. it hands over to the intellect. So then it will become calm. Your mind is calm the moment it takes and gives to buddhi. Buddhi also cannot do anything unless memory gives help for that. For example, memory is a memory bank. So it has got every activity in life right from the birth to death. I have lifted my hand like this. I have spoken like this. I have beaten like this. Every information is stored. This jamun is very good. This is how it is tasting. This is how it is color, softness. It is the modern gadgets only can make audio, video only. Here the smell, the emotions, the anger, the laughter, the empathy, everything is stored in the mind. So much recording facility is there in the memory. Everything is recorded from the birth to the death, not only from this birth, even from the previous births also, it is there. So the previous birth things are called as vasanas. And when you continuously having from birth to birth, this is there, it is becomes samskara. The samskara and the vasana, and then those are all stored in the memory. And also present generation, present birth, what all I am doing, everything is also getting stored in that. This is a big filing cabinet, big storage facility. Even not even a cloud computing and all cannot work. One mind can beat all the computers. So much of information it can hold. I only cannot retrieve it. Maybe I am retrieving only 5% or 3% of the mind capacity. And also I am using only 1%, 0.1% of the mind only. If the 5% of the mind is used, he is becoming world number one. 95% unused also. But we are using very, very less. In the less only a lot of information is there. So that information is stored. When the mind takes the information and cannot decide, it gives to the buddhi. Buddhi will take. And there is an ahankara is there. Ahankara will say, ahankara will direct the buddhi. Please give me the information about this, whether to do or not to do. So when then it will go, it will consult the mayam, chitta. The intellect will go and consult the chitta. Chitta will bring back all the memory files and give it to intellect. Intellect will take it. Intellect will ask, give me for also, give me against also. All the memory files are there for of a topic or against of a topic. I want to talk. This person is very good to me. I am very happy and I want to praise him. So that type of information, or I want to scold him. So that is a totally opposite function. So likes and dislikes, everything the mind will ask, the intellect will ask the chitta. Chitta will get the files because based on the past memories, all the experiences of this birth and last birth, everything, it gives the file. It makes two presentations. Intellect will make two presentations. One is for, another is against. So those both presentation will be given to the ahankara, ego. Ego will decide, I want to scold, then it will only take the against file, against presentation. He starts scolding continuously. The ego will say, I want to praise this. So he will say, he will drop this scolding presentation. It takes the praising presentation. It makes the praising presentation as a spokesperson of the personality. So memory, buddhi, chitta, and ahankara all work together. It is called, buddhi is called as nischayatmaka manaha. This is the deciding factor. It is a rational faculty. It is a logical faculty. So it puts an end to the oscillation and vacillation. Samshayatmakaha, sankalpa, vikalpa, it puts an end. So this is the way we can go. That is what it decides and gives to us. So this is called buddhi. Buddhi is totally making. Buddhi also cannot decide. The ahankara decides. Ahankara decides, I have to behave like this, I have to behave like this. This is what I have made my personality. So that overrules the buddhi also. Most intelligent people make a lot of mistakes. They take very foolish decisions also. Most dull people also can take very bright decisions also. Because of that compassion, because of that attitude of gratitude. So your personality varies not because of your intelligence. Intelligence is available, but you may not be able to use the intelligence because of your attitude, that ego. The attitude of gratitude, compassion, love, all these things is there. Your decisions will be different. You have hatredness, you have jealousy, you have anger, all these things are there. Your decisions are different. The knowledge will not come into picture, whatever you had this. So everything is decided by the attitude. Like this attitude I have only created. So I have to move with the good attitude people to become good. That is called in Sanskrit satsanga. So these are all the four things are called put together. Chitta ahankara, mano buddhi chitta ahankara. All this put together, it is called as antahkarana chatushtaya. So antahkarana chatushtaya, memory bank is very important. If I have the child learns how to eat, how to pick up everything up to 6 years. If it is forgotten to learn, so then it becomes what we call the ADHD or something like that, attention deficits or something like that, that baby. So slow learner we call. So slow learner means the memory is not able to pick up all the information and store and give supply to all the things, not possible. So all the things are memory is very important. So struck the otherwise we read the first page of the book and forgetting, and next page we cannot start. So we will be in the first page only throughout our life only. The memory should work, function better. Ego is the personality, what I have been making it. So the I notion is there. It identifies the Sthūla śarīram and the sūkṣma śarīram, becomes a spokesperson of the body, of the physical body and the sūkṣma śarīram. So we have to make that ego proper. Then only our life will be proper. It is not accumulating lot of information, knowledge, I will become very good, not possible. If your ego is made proper with satsanga, then only our life will become better. So this is totally, I have said 19 components. I have totally detailedly explained. And it beautifully, memory has got a previous birth also. If you see a person, how much complex is there? You have seen the 10 years old one person, your friend. Now you see, it remembers the 10-year-old picture and the present picture. It compares, this one. Oh, you are Srinivasa Prasad, you will say. So much in a fraction of a second, it does memory. So everything is done such a beautiful way. So all this put together, pañcakāṁ, pañcakarmendriya, pancaprana and antahkarana chatushtaya put together, 19 components of the sūkṣma śarīra is there. Very geniusly it is working. So without sūkṣma śarīra, physical body, gross body cannot function. So with this, I am going to conclude today's talk. Sūkṣma śarīra I have completed, and Sthūla śarīra I have completed. Next I am doing the causal body. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayaः, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om shanti shanti shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.